welcome to the first episode of the post-match podcast. This is basically just going to be a little podcast we do after the games to see just what we think about the games, things like that. So at the end of this, let us know what you think about it. But today we're going to be talking about the Leicester City away game that's just happened. We lost 3-0. I'm here with Andy, who's going to give his thoughts about it. Personally, we played terribly. We were flat. We didn't look like scoring. We didn't really create much, apart from a few chances in the first half. One maybe in the second half with Joslu, but we just looked flat. We didn't look entertaining. We didn't look sharp. Maybe that's because we've got Liverpool in our minds on Tuesday night. I don't know, but we didn't look like doing anything. Andy, what did you think?
I think that's right. It was a poor effort for me today. I mean, Leicester did a job on us. Of course they did. You'd expect that to happen. Once we went behind, it was only ever going one way, wasn't it, that game? You know, I mean, the first sort of real effort I saw was probably, I don't know, sort of 26 minutes, something like that.
Yeah,
where you get Shaqiri putting his ball through to Diouf. Short of that, a bit disappointing in some of the balls we played. Were hoofing the ball in.
But we had no target man there.
Nobody there. You know, if you're going to play that sort of style...
Diouf was never going to win the header, was he?
Diouf was nowhere near Schmeichel. Schmeichel gathered every ball. You know, he's a good foot taller than him. And really, if you're going to play that sort of game, you've got a question for me. I mean, I favour Crouch, and I know there's a sort of way of thinking that people think Crouch is, you know, his career's run to close. But I thought, again, with the few chances we created, the man to attack them was Peter Crouch for me today. I know he came on at the end, but far too late. To be honest, we'd given up by then.
I think also one of the main factors that sort of started the downfall for us was Ryan Shawcross going off. I mean, we don't know how long he's going to be out for. Hopefully he'll be back on Tuesday night. Hopefully it's just a minor setback so we didn't have to risk him in the rest of the game. But it looks like his back had gone again.
It looks worse. It looks worse than that to me. You know, he tried to run it off. I said to you when the trainer came on, you saw him. You know, he went for his microphone, didn't he? And did a.
They thought about bringing the stretcher on.
The stretcher appeared, not unprompted. There was the talk in the microphone, so I think they thought he was going at that stage. I did say he's going off. He tried to run it off. That's, to me, that's more than a. You know, a sort of precautionary substitution.
He could be out for another setback.
I hate to say it, but I think that's an injury. I think there's a couple of weeks there. That has a massive knock-on effect to the Liverpool game, which I know you'll come to later. But for me, huge. And I do think the game changed there.
Especially bringing Mark Wilson on. Now, I don't like to slate him.
Well, I won't.
I think he's a good player for us, but compared to Ryan Shawcross, he doesn't bring the same...
Well, he's on a hiding to nothing. You know, Mark Wilson, he's on a hiding to nothing. Shawcross went. I think there's a drop of heads right across the team. You could see it.
They've lost the leader in the team.
The momentum went completely. Anything we
were starting to come into the game.
Yeah, anything we got just went. The sort of organisation, I think, dropped. That's not Mark Wilson's fault. You know, we then get another knock where their first goal...
The deflection off Mark Wilson when he went in. That's just going to dampen his confidence as well.
I mean, I think it was Drinkwater, wasn't it, who took the shot. But that, you know, yes, it was a low ball. It didn't matter whether that was Mark Wilson, whether it was Walshide, whether it was Shawcross. It was hitting somebody's leg. It was an unlucky deflection. That's how it was.
I think it even hit the post as well when it went in.
I won't knock Mark Wilson. I know he's got his critics. I know he had a rough time. But for what he's, you know, the performances he has put in for this club, you know, and in many cases in a position he didn't really want to play under the Pulis years. You know, he always claimed he was a midfielder and not a defender, but he stuck at it. I won't criticise him for that.
Now, the second goal. Now, you say you don't want to criticise Mark Wilson, but you can't say for the second goal, he did not try at all to stop that. Once Vardy was round, all he had to do was slide in front and the ball would have gone out for a corner. He did not try at all to stop that from going in the goal. He just stood there and let it go in.
No, I'll try my best. All right, I'll try my best not to criticise him. You're right. You know, it needed a challenge.
He just had to slide. I don't care if it went out for a corner. He didn't try at all.
Yeah. There are other players who will go onto the backside a little bit easier than that. And if that had been Peters, perhaps, I think Peters would have slid across, intercept the ball and put it out for a corner. He's at fault there. Okay, hold my hands up a little bit. I'm not criticising him.
Another thing that I want to sort of touch on is that we didn't make a change until 72 minutes.
I've raised it. We've talked about this a few times, haven't we? And
No one else seems to think it's a problem, though.
No.
Everyone else that I speak to, no one else seems to think that this is an issue.
No, I mean, I know that you raised this on the Not Show last Sunday, didn't you? And for me, the game was desperate for a change. I mean, for all our possession, first half, we had more possession.
We needed a creative spark, just someone just different.
Yeah, first half, 53% possession is declared at. So, whilst we'd got the ball, we're passing it around. There was no we're not doing anything with it. There was no attack. For me, I'm a Crouch fan. I don't mind saying that. I would have had Crouch on earlier. I didn't really get Odemwingie.
No, maybe we're trying to sell him, put him in the shop window.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps Tuesday's in his mind. I actually felt at that stage we looked like we'd given up.
Yeah, we had.
Amazingly,
after the second goal,
the third goal. Okay, it's third goal, but to me, discount it. I thought we'd given up. Honestly.
I don't know. The third goal, you see Mahrez Megs Philip Volscheid.
No, he does. But
I mean, it's a brilliant run from him, but the tap-in, the open goal, we just left him in the box.
No, he does,
no one picked him up.
But it's half-hearted challenges for me. If that's at 0-0, I think your defenders attack the ball in a different way. The fact that we're 2-0 down, it's almost like we've resigned for the loss. The substitutions, I'm not sure, were designed to try and change the game. Okay, you can say we took Shaqiri off to save him, fine. But there's enough variation on the bench where
Bojan maybe could have come on.
Well,
someone like
I'm happy to say Bojan, but I mean, I think Adams on the bench as well.
Yeah, Charlie Adams. So something different.
Someone just go a bit more direct and start launching the balls. And for me, that's Adam and Peter Crouch.
So we move on from the Leicester game. On to next week. We need to try and improve. But before we talk about the midweek game against Liverpool, we're going to talk about something that was in the news midweek. Big transfer news for Stoke City midweek. Daniele Imbula, the player from Porto, defensive midfielder. He's around 23 years of age. £19 million being touted for him. That would be our club record transfer fee. What do you think about that?
It's a lot of money for me.
For a player we don't really know about.
No, exactly. It's a lot of money. I mean, we paid 12 million for Shaqiri, so this fella must be good if you base it on that. But I'm not sure he is that good. I'm not saying he's not a decent player. All I'm saying is I think his price is inflated by the January transfer window.
We're only seeing that price being talked about. He only moved to Porto in the summer. £15 million he moved for in the summer. So maybe they want their money back, which is why 19 million is being talked about.
I sort of query that, but I then question. I question his motives in a way. I mean,
does he really want to stick around?
If he's a decent player, then of course welcome him, open arms. But he looks, bit of an Enzonzi. I think they're trying to get in a replacement.
We need a figure.
It's a direct replacement for Enzonzi, perhaps.
If you look at the age of Whelan and Afellay, they're both 30. Whelan 32, Afellay 30.
No, you've got to start to prepare. Where you're going to go next, and it might be one with a view to last season. The thing that gets me with him is the short amount of time he's played where he is. He's been at Porto less than 12 months.
He's only made 10 appearances all season.
Well, okay. Is he going to make more than 10 appearances on our side? He's certainly not. Well, he's not guaranteed that. The price tag's there, but you look at who's he going to replace? Is he Glenn Whelan?
I mean, eventually, yes.
Eventually, but is he going to take Glenn Whelan out now? He's got to come in.
You would think that he would come in for Afellay, but Affelay's been playing so well.
Well, not for me. You see,
he can't just come and replace
No,
him.
not for Afellay. Affelay's playing well. I don't see him displating Afellay. Affelay, to me, is playing as well as anybody in the division. He looks an established player. He's got up to speed. This fella is going to have to me, is going to go. He's going to start at Premier League sort of. As a start-up player, if you like, and he's going to go through exactly what Afellay went through, Shaqiri,
Bojan, like
where Arnautovic, where they had to get up to pace. They need to get into the game and understand how the Premier League plays.
So maybe if we want to bring him in, we need to be thinking maybe the summer is more likely
we can't.
for him.
I don't think we can accommodate him at this stage. The only way to accommodate him, we're going to take Whelan out, which is highly risky. He's playing well, he's solid. Okay, this fella might replace Whelan, but he's got to be good.
He's got to be good.
Got to be good from minute one. I don't mean after 4 or 5 games.
We've got to see, he's a lot better than Glenn Whelan, and that's going to be hard.
This is a real key position, It's the centre pin of the team. It's massive risk to say, right, we paid 90 million quid for you. will play against Manchester United on your debut. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Yes, he can come if Hughesy comes out and says, right, one for the summer, or if he's bought, which wouldn't surprise me.
But they announced it in the summer.
Bought and loaned back, or there's a deal that he's going to join in July or something like that. That wouldn't surprise me. But for me, for the amount of time he's been there, if it's the amount of games, if that's the reason he wants to move, I don't think he won't get any more than 10 games in the remainder of the season for Stoke. I can't see it. Too risky. We're in too good a position in the league. We're not going to disrupt what, not today, but is generally
the squad harmony. Normally,
it's become a solid midfield group. You got Jeff Cameron still to come back as well, enjoying that. We're not going to disrupt that for the risk of a couple of points in a couple of places in the league.
Especially
and
for such a big transfer fee as well. I don't really think a club like us, we don't like to splash money.
I question if we need him. We need to improve. We need to improve the players, yes. But where we are, we're 7th in the Premier League with a really good group of players. Poor performance today, but I don't see where this guy, for that sort of money, for 19 million quid, you'd expect him to eat. The fans will expect him to walk straight into the team, and B, he's going to expect to walk straight into the team.
Yeah,
you know, he's not a goal scorer.
No,
you know what?
Got 7 or something.
What he got 7 goals in 200 odd appearances.
Yeah,
you know, so he's not a goal scorer, but that's fine. Nor was Enzonzi. There's a different role to that. I understand.
But we need someone to work that box to box.
But this fella's got to be good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, he's going to get the crack. If he doesn't perform, he's going to be taken off as sub. His head will go down. The crowd will get on his back. He'll want to leave. You'll get to next summer. The guy will be on his way.
And what a waste of £20 million.
Waste of 20 million. And the trouble like that is, they come in and you end up with a Berahino thing where actually nobody wants to pay that money anymore because he hasn't got any games under his belt. So I'm not sure. Great if he comes. I don't see him as a fix immediately.
No, but only time will tell. And we move on to the midweek fixture, arguably the biggest game of the season, the Capital One Cup semi-final, second leg, away at Anfield. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I think we'll win, but I thought we'd win today. I actually thought we'd win today.
I thought we'd win today as well.
I think we'll win at Liverpool, or I did think we'd win at Liverpool. There's one thing I said at work yesterday to one of my mates at work. And I said, we got 4 away games here in a row.
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to lose all 4.
But we're not going to win all 4.
No, we're not going to win all 4, but we're not going to lose all 4. We're going to pick a win up at one of them. We'll like to pick a draw up at one of them.
And hopefully it's this one.
I thought Leicester would be a win.
Yeah.
Clearly not. I don't think we'll perform as badly again. The big worry is the loss of Shawcross, as we talked earlier. But no, I think we can beat them. I think Liverpool will come into it having dismissed us now.
Yeah, confidence. They think they're through now.
Yeah, they did as
especially after their win today as well.
Yeah, they did as at Stoke, won again, and but they've won again, but they let 4 goals in.
I think to a very poor Norwich side as well.
Norwich aren't a great side. Liverpool let 4 goals in against them.
Yeah,
yes, they've sneaked the win. It's a last minute sneak, play to the whistle. They've won. But it doesn't smack of a convincing team.
No.
I think they'll come into the Stoke game thinking it's all over. All they've got to do is see us off, and they'll think they're going to beat us 1-2-0.
I think with the way we play on the counter, especially if they play someone like Kolo Touré at the back, we can hit them quite easily with a break. Especially with Shaqiri back, with the pace he's got, he can run them quite well.
I expect to see Bojan back. I think.
I mean, he needs to improve his performance if he's going to come back.
No, he is, but it's about the opposition as well. And I think I expect to see the Arnautovic, Bojan, Shaqiri, false 9 idea come back against Liverpool. I think they're the right sort of side to play it against, to be honest. And I think, other than that game, I think Arnautovic would have been risked today. I do honestly think that he's been kept back as a precautionary measure.
Yeah.
And I'm certain he'll play on Tuesday, and I think that'll be the front line, really.
Would you start John Walters? Because I would.
I would always start John Walters.
I'd start him up front.
You know my view on this. We've said for a couple of years
because Jeff isn't going to be back, so we can't move Afterlife forward.
Uzi has tried to drop John Walters a couple of times,
but he comes back and does the business for us.
No, and that's because both times he's done it, the start of last season springs to mind as well.
Yeah.
Both times he's done it, we don't perform. He's clearly a massive character in the dressing room. He's a massive character on the pitch to the other players. He's key to our side. You know, every side. I know it's a bit of a cliche, really, but every side's got one. You know, one of these players who he's not the most technically skillful player in the Premier League, but it's about work.
So
it's about work rate. It's about linking between the other players. It's about his effect on the other players, and as much as anything, it's about the trouble he causes off the ball.
Yeah.
You know, they daren't leave him.
He'll always run.
He's a presence who's got to be attended to. He's not the sort of fella they're gonna let loose, because he will. He's got the ability to bag that goal. Not prolific, unfortunately, but yeah, if you can get him into the team, you've got to. We're a different side with John Walters, or without John Walters.
What's your opinion on Jurgen Klopp? How do you think he's done?
I like him.
I like him a lot.
I think he's great for the Premier League. He's come at a perfect time for. I mean, just talking football generally.
He's
I don't, you know,
so well
he's a Liverpool manager. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothered
they'll
about
win
that.
trophies under him.
Yeah, I think
Whether
so.
this will be the one, we don't know.
No, I think so. As a character, he's brilliant.
I mean, after losing Mourinho, we needed another character in the league.
No, it's perfect timing because of the loss of Mourinho. I like character managers. You know,
Yeah.
I like managers who'll have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of a joke. I loved Holloway in the league. Not Di
Canio as well.
Yeah, Di Canio. Not because I thought they were great managers, just because of the character they got and they displayed. You know, and you need those people. So Klopp, yeah, I think he's great. He's great for the game. I'm not really bothered whether he does well or he doesn't do well.
No, he doesn't really affect us.
To be honest, I prefer him to keep grinding out 4-4 draws rather than nicking the goals and staying behind us. So he doesn't really affect us that much. But as a character for the British game or the English game, fantastic.
So all in all, it's going to be a tough game on Tuesday night. Can we get a score prediction? I'm going to go for a 2-1 Stoke win. That would make it 2-2, and I think we're going to win on penalties. A dramatic penalty win.
I think if we go to penalties, I think we'll win.
Yeah.
I'll go with that with you. If it does go to penalties, having seen the penalties, we actually, for once in as long as I've been watching Stoke, actually look to have a decent penalty taking side now, which
And a decent goalkeeper.
I don't ever remember being able to rustle 5 penalty takers together before. So, and we've got a decent goalkeeper who's likely to stop one. So I fancy if it does go to penalties. I think we'll beat them in the 90 minutes. I think we'll beat them 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, and I think we'll just overrun them.
So, only time will tell on Tuesday night. We don't know what's going to happen. Let us know in the comments what you think's going to happen on Tuesday night. Let us know about all the other topics we've covered as well. The Leicester game, did you go? Let us know what you thought, as well as the Janielli and Bula transfer. Let us know what you think about that as well. But this is the end of the first episode of the post-match podcast. If you did enjoy it, leave a like down below, because that really helps us out. It shows us that you've enjoyed the video. Also, leave a comment, as I said, about the topics, or just general feedback on these podcast videos. Let us know how we can improve. This is just an initial episode to see what people think, because we want to keep doing these, but we didn't know whether people would like them or not, so let us know what you think about them. Also, we want to get more people involved. Hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter link will be in the description, so if you want to get involved in the show, or just tweet in at any time, let us know on Twitter, and I can try and sort that out for you. So, if you are new and you do enjoy the content, be sure to hit subscribe down below. That really helps me out. If you don't know how to do it, make an account on YouTube, click subscribe. You get all the videos straight to your subscriptions as soon as they come out. So, until next time, guys, see you then.